Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. In my previous video, I showed you how I built and installed my automatic tool changer for my CNC. And from that video, I had a couple of questions and comments with regards to the installation and whether or not I'm going to have the files available. I am planning to make the files available for sale on my website, but they're not quite ready yet. I need to package them and clean up the files before I can put them on the website for sale. And then with regards to the installation, you can just decide where you want your ATC to be, whether on the Y-axis or on the X-axis, and mount it onto the spoil board. Since my ATC is designed and built as individual pockets, I created a base plate similar to this, where the pockets will be bolted onto and the base plate mounted onto the spoil board. Just make sure that your base plate is completely flat and without wobble. And in that video, I showed you the infrared beam sensors that are used for tool recognition. But since then, I've changed to a slightly bigger or slightly stronger beam sensor to avoid false alarms during loading and unloading. But in this video, I want to show you something new I added onto the tool changer, and that's an automatic dust cover. The dust cover is quite useful to keep the dust out of the pockets and out of the collet nuts, since it's installed right next to the spoil board. During a cutting job, the dust can gather in the pockets. The macro file for the tool change operation already contains the commands to open and close the dust cover automatically whenever a tool change is required. For a dust cover to function like that, we need a bit more electronics and some more components, starting with a stepper motor and a stepper driver. The stepper motor is built into the ATC, and that is to rotate the lever up and down to pull the cover open and closed. Alternative to the stepper motor and driver, you can use some servo motors. I won't recommend this small one since it has plastic gears and I don't think it will last long. I've installed bigger servo motors into my machine, and I will show you shortly how I've done it. And then to control the servos or the stepper motor, you would need some sort of a microcontroller. I've installed the Nano into my machine, but you can also use the Arduino Uno. And then on your CNC's controller and firmware, you need to select and activate an output pin. That output pin will be the trigger pin that connects onto the microcontroller and sends the commands over to the servo or the stepper motors to open and close the lid. Okay, so let me show you how I install the servo motors in the ATC and set up the microcontroller. My servo motors as well as the IRB beam sensors gets installed into this 3D printed housing, and then the wires are threaded through to the other side through a channel in each individual pocket. Since the tool changer is designed to be modular, each pocket and top cover can be removed individually. And here you can see the wires inside of that channel with the top cover removed. You can also see the compression spring that's installed inside of the tool pocket. And this is the end cap or the end cover where the servo motor is attached. And the servo box is then mounted on the far end of the tool changer. Installing the servo motor and the sensors on the front end is similar, but here I added two GX16 connectors to connect the control cables, one for the sensors and one for the servo motors. Making sure all the wires are properly soldered and isolated. For the cabling between the ATC and the CNC main controller, I'm using shielded cable to block out any EMI or interference. For the microcontroller, I compiled a sketch using pin 2 as the trigger pin from the CNC controller, pin 3 for the LED, and pin 4 for the override button. Servo 1 and 2 are connected to pin 9 and 10 as output pins. And with the ATC connected and the microcontroller installed, I can do the first movement test of the servos. Here you can see the movement action of the servos, but it still needs adjustment. I had to reinstall the ATC to give me a bit more clearance on the Y-axis, since the end caps were catching on the Y-axis rail. After some more testing, I realized that my servo motors started to slip. These servo motors started slipping because the internal gears are made out of plastic, and I decided to install an upgraded version of the servo with metal internal gears. And now the movement of the servos and the dust cover is smooth and accurate. I still need to do some minor adjustments. And because I moved the ATC, I had to relocate the X and Y position to update the macros for Tool Pocket 1. And I was happy with the position because the collet nut threaded onto the spindle without rubbing. I could now do a first tool change. And here you can see the dust cover open on the tool change and closes once it's done. And in GSender I uploaded a test file with the M6 tool change command to test the full operation of the ATC with the dust cover. And as you can see, the tool change completed successfully and the dust cover closed on the ATC. Okay, so the automatic tool changer is now complete, and as you can see, I replaced the soft dust cover with a hard top or a Perspex dust cover. This is more durable and I think it looks much better as well. And I've also added an override button. The override button is for me to open and close the lid without using the G-code or the computer. And with that, the automatic tool change upgrades and installation is now complete and it's fully operational. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing or maybe leaving us a comment down below. Thanks for watching.